What happens in underwriting?
Underwriting is done by the lender's authority called an underwriter. The underwriter is the expert in the loan program guidelines. Your underwriter may be specific for conventional loans or specific for FHA, specific for VA loans. Regardless of the loan program, your file will be reviewed by a subject matter expert to ensure that you meet program guidelines. They do this by comparing the file in hand, which contains your loan application, your pay stubs, tax returns, bank statements, whatever is required to satisfy income and asset verification. They compare that to automated underwriting guidelines if the file is run through automated underwriting, or they review their manual underwrite guidelines. And sometimes this might be looking through paper manuals that have thousands of pages of actual guidelines, or going through an electronic library of guidelines, or consulting their help desk if your situation does not fit the guidelines exactly. They review and consider all of the factors. They review your credit report, your job history, how much money is in the bank. They look at those bank statements. They're looking to make sure that everything is consistent, that the pay that you say you make is similar to the deposits that they see. If they see extraordinary deposits that are not consistent with the pay stubs in file, be prepared to answer those types of questions. Be prepared to answer questions about inquiries on your credit report. The underwriter wants to make sure there's not any new debt that has recently been incurred that is not yet showing on your credit report. You be prepared to explain addresses that don't match up to your credit report, or discrepancies in addresses between your bank statements and your pay stubs. The underwriter is kind of like an FBI agent, it seems. They are really double checking to make sure you are who you say you are, and that you make the money you say you make, and that you have the money you say you have in order to complete closing with the cash you need to close. Underwriting is a very serious process, but if you've been through pre-approval, you shouldn't be too concerned about this, because many of these items have been checked in advance by your loan professional. Once the underwriter has completed their process, they will issue you what's called a conditional loan approval, where they may have questions about the information that you've seen, ask you for updated documents, or ask you to sign things that have been missing. Once you have submitted all of the documents that are necessary for final loan approval, and the underwriter also has the appraisal, title insurance, and insurance that pertain to the property itself, once those are all in and reviewed and cleared, the underwriter will issue you what's called a final loan approval.